Hello my lovely. So today I was feeling a bit peckish and I couldn't quite decide what I wanted. Part of me wanted like a cauliflower cheese, but I was also really craving pasta, and I don't know, for you who know me, you know I like it spicy, so I combined all three. So I'm calling this a Mexican cauliflower cheese. Are you ready? It's coming. Oh my gosh, it is low fat, cooked with no oil, got tons of veggies in there, and it's actually just super delicious. So let's head into the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful cauliflower Mexican cheese. I'm going to start off by slicing one onion. Everyone has a different way of slicing their onions. Let me know in the comments what your favorite way is. Did you know that most of the nutrients are in the outer layers of the onion? Or at least that's what I read somewhere. So I try not to, as much as I can, take too many layers off. Next, I'm going to dice up one red capsicum. If I had a green, I would have done half and half because it would have looked nicer. This is all I had. And again, capsicums are one of those things that everyone has a different technique on how to dice. So hopefully this makes sense, to go around the top and get as much of that off as you can before you start peeling off the cheeks. So what I'm going to try and do in this recipe is load it up with lots of non-starchy vegetables. That way I will bring down the calorie density of the meal. All right, time to get a medium flame. I do turn this down in a second. I'm going to start with the onions because the onions take the longest to cook. And you can see me in the corner frantically looking for some extra corn, which I never found. I ended up having to get corn on the cob and slicing it off. But it worked in the end. So you'll see, as per usual, I saute without any oil. If I need to, I add a little bit of water. But generally, I just time things out so that the next item that I put in has its own moisture, which loosens off the bottom of the pan. But no judgment. If you like to fry in oil, that's all good too, and it would probably add to the flavour. So there I'm going with the last of the corn while I busy go back to my counter and chop up the rest. So like I said, these are frozen corn, and the little bit of the condensation is enough to make sure that nothing sticks on the pan, but you could add water if you need to. Now I'm going in with a whole bag of frozen cauliflower. I'm actually really getting into the frozen vegetables lately. They perform really well. They're snap frozen at their prime, so they've got a good nutritional content. And it just makes life so much easier. What I do find though is they're not uniform in size, which is a little bit of a problem. So I've taken that big piece out and chopped it up into smaller pieces so they are all uniform in the dish. All right, just giving them a little stir around until they dry off and start to thaw. Now this is my own blend of spices, but you can easily just get a taco mix or a frittata mix or whatever your favorite Mexican spices is. And I've gone in also with some garlic there. That's just garlic that I've frozen into little snap lock bags so that I can just snap a bit off and use it in recipes whenever I want. I don't know about you, but the more things in your kitchen that you pre-prep, the easier cooking is, and the more likely you're going to be able to make nutritious meals at the drop of a hat. So going in with the capsicum now, and we'll saute that around. Don't judge me. I'm the only one eating this, so it's all good. So next I'm going to go in with a can of tinned tomatoes. Again, you can use fresh tomatoes and cook them for longer, but using tinned stuff is not only cheaper, but it's just quicker and easier. I usually buy the diced ones, but these were whole ones that I had to mush up a little bit as I went. Okay, starting to look good. Let's add a bit of flavour. So first of all, I've got some stock powder. This is Massel brand, and that is a vegan, I think it was a chicken flavour stock, but it is vegan. And then I've gone in with some chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. And add as much or as little as you like. Like I said, like it a bit spicy. Now you want to, when you're cooking with tomatoes, make sure that you're balancing that with a bit of acid and a bit of sweetness. So I put in some rice syrup, but you can use sugar, you can use maple syrup. Molasses is also very good in Mexican food. So you want to get as many colours as you can. You know that saying, eat the rainbow? Well, that's really a good rule of thumb. So I'm going in with some spinach. Spinach is one of my favourite ways to add extra nutrition, and it doesn't really change the taste. It looks good, it tastes good, and it makes it pretty. In with some drained black beans. Now these black beans came out of a can. So again, easy. You can do it from scratch, but why would you really? The one thing you do want to do, however, is make sure you rinse it really well. And of course, with all beans, you can save that liquid and use it as aquafaba. It doesn't have to be only chickpeas. So I'm just going to turn the burner off, pop the lid on and let that sit for a while I get started on making a crema. So yesterday, for a different recipe, I made some yogurt, and I made that yogurt with just some oat milk that I heated up with some cultures and put it in my Instapot for 8 hours. And so it's got no other yuckies in it. So to my bowl, I'm adding some lime. Now these limes weren't particularly juicy, so I probably should have used more. And in a little while, I think I add a little bit of lemon. So a couple of dessert spoonsful of that in with the lime. Give that a good mix. I mean, you could add some other stuff to this, but I'm really just trying to get that sour cream taste, and the fewer ingredients I can use, the better. So there we go in with that lemon, just to make it that little bit more acidic. It's amazing how many calories you can save by switching out your sour cream with something healthy. So in with my pasta, I'm using one of those microwave pasta cookers. Has anyone tried those? They're actually amazing. It's my new favourite thing to do. But make sure you just undercook it a wee bit, because it's going to go back into the oven. So now you can see everything is all looking lovely. The spinach is wilted. So I'm just going to pop a good hearty layer of that on top of my just slightly undercooked pasta. Look at all those beautiful vegetables. The flavours, and oh, I wish you could smell this right now. It's so delicious. This is some cheese that I had made yesterday. It's been in the fridge, so it's a bit harder than it was. It was much more pourable yesterday. But what I will do is leave the link to that in the description. This is actually a super cheese for going into the oven. All right, let's smooth that out and get it into an oven. So everything's already cooked. It's already still warm. So you just want to put this in the oven long enough for the cheese to go yummy. Okay, I'm on my knees in the kitchen, of course. Let's make her pretty. Let's get that crema on. Way better than sour cream for you. Got some freshly cut microgreens. Pop them on. And a little bit of parsley. Beautiful! Oh. All right, so shall we try it? Let's see how we go. Not really sure how to eat it, but we'll make sure we get everything on. Oh, that's delicious. Let's try the sour cream. Oh my gosh, that sour cream is amazing and healthy for you. It's just homemade yogurt out of oat milk. And then I put in some lime and some lemon and virtually fat-free. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So if you want the recipe to the cheese sauce, I will link that in the description below. And let me know in the comments how you go when you try it. Did you add anything? Did your family love it? Oh my gosh. I gotta go and eat this. It's so good. Bye.